Welcome to Game 5 of the VInet Solutions All Stars Carnival. It's the Indigenous All Stars on the right of your screen taking on the Pacific Island All Stars, and we're getting down to the pointy end of this carnival. The Indigenous side are on 2 points after their one win. The PI side only a draw so far. They need to win to stay in this carnival. It's very exciting. David Robinson, all to play for both of these sides here.
Yeah, big game coming up. The temperature's definitely dropping there now, so hopefully, straight away the PI guys they've made a break and they're definitely on the front foot. Second hit up, Hanson Fatiaki's been tackled right there on the halfway.
Great start from them, again going through that man in the headgear, Matai, who made that great run first up that's put them in the box seat to score first here. And a huge run from the biggest man in this carnival, the number 20 for the Pacific Island side. And they go down the left. Looks like they could get there. The defence is scrambling, but it's not enough. And they go over on the first set of this Game 5. What a start from the PI side.
Well, is this fair dinkum the same side that played in their first game? Wow, they've come a long way. They've started to gel as a team. The Indigenous boys, they're shell shocked right now. Yeah, I'm shell shocked. I can't even speak.
What a start from that first hit up. The first touch of the ball, making 20-25 metres there through their number 10, a man who's been a big contributor for them so far this game. That's Inosi Matai to that break down the left, beating off some scrambling defence. It's, again, as you say, just a completely different side to the one which went down in their first game against the SA All Stars, and you looked three times as flat as they have right here.
Yeah, they've just come out of the gates full speed, so it'll be interesting to see how the Indigenous boys react to this. Obviously, if they were feeling a little bit good themselves after the last game, that's definitely been slapped straight out of them now.
The Indigenous side getting a 14-10 come from behind win in their last clash, Game 4 against the New Zealand All Stars side, but counting for nothing in the early stages here against the Pacific Islanders. The try out wide, the kick low to the ground and unsuccessful. The score stays at 4-0.
Yeah, I reckon, Dan, that'd have to be probably one of the quickest tries that we've seen in the All Stars Carnival so far. Not very long at all, so plenty of this game still to be had.
Quick to the restart, the Indigenous side not too deflated after that early blow, and the kick-off, not a high one and not a deep one either. The Pacific Islanders side coming up with it about 10 away from their own line, and again a strong run early. Tui Loma, the player registered with the Eel side here in the SA Metropolitan competition and playing it back through his 17. That's Ezra Bailey for them there. Getting it on to Niamato Walu, who plays the ball about 39 metres away from his own line. Getting it through hands, through Fred Williams. Again, the man, the 10, he's making plenty of metres for them so far in this game. Matai, one of the star players for the Pacific Islanders side, gets a quick play of the ball as well. They go out to that left where they already scored, but the ball goes to ground after Fiagai gets hands on it. And
just called that loose ball's gone back, so it's no infringement there.
Played about 39 metres away from the line, and the short ball from the big man. And the Pacific Islanders side here about 32 metres away, a sloppy ruck, but the penalty going against the Indigenous boys. Looking for the quick tap, looking to catch some of the Indigenous players offside. They can't do so. Plenty of touches. Inosi Matai in these early stages, and all of them playing a key role as well, holding on to it there. Trying to pop the pass around his right-hand side, but not doing so. Finally stopped by the Indigenous side. That's David Peachy there, right under the sticks, right under the black dot, defending for the Indigenous All Stars side and pushing the Pacific Islanders back a couple of metres.
Very slow play of the ball. Benji Fono, big handful there for the Indigenous defence.
And again, trying to use their big men to get over the line. The Indigenous side getting numbers there. Stopping the number 8, that's Kai Rua for the Pacific Islanders, going through the 12, the pass a little bit behind Fred Williams, but Fred Williams does the best he could with it, gets within 5, and that is the 5th and last tackle for the Pacific Islanders side. Benji Fono again around the ruck, but he's not needed. Benji Fono's not needed when you've got a man that big and that strong running onto the ball. That pass, he's a cannonball, and he went over the line. The Pacific Islanders, 2 tries early to start this one.
As we said, Dan, they've come out of the blocks firing. Brilliant flat ball there from the hooker, Hanson Reserve. He's picked up the big man. He parked himself in a little bit of space. He went straight through the big gap, straight onto the post. But wow, somebody could test this side. This is not the same side as before.
Pacific Islander side. What a powerful, what a dynamic start to this clash. 8-0 with the kick to come, and this one is almost certain to be a successful there. Fred Williams, he's one of the halves for the Pacific Islander side. He's a quick player. He's makes plenty of line breaks himself when he's not setting up tries for his teammates.
And he definitely takes his time for his kicks tonight, Dan. He's they wouldn't want to put the minute 30 clock on him, so
not applying here under
not on the international
rules. And after about 3.5 minutes of deliberations, he puts the ball over. That's 10-0 the Pacific Island side against the Indigenous All Stars.
As you see, Scotty Gould there lining for the kick-off. He goes reasonably shallow kick-off there. We've allowed the ball to bounce. He's being picked up cleanly though. Peachy there in with the tackle. I think that young Hanson Reserve, he's copped a bit of a falcon there right now. A little ball out dummy half, clipped him on the top of the head. I tell you, as that ball goes wide, good defence there, good controlling defence there from the Indigenous boys. So once again, that ball's gone out to Fono. He's found a little bit of open space, but the referee's called a forward pass. So yeah, that's probably given the Indigenous boys just that little bit of a breather. They've just need that little bit of luck. Hopefully they'll get the ball from this scrum. Obviously they'll get the ball from the scrum, but let's see what they can do with it.
Call time for a second. You've got 14 players on the field from one side.
And it looks like we'll have a bit of a pause in play here. The Pacific Islander side has been complaining. They've been doing the numbers and say that the Indigenous All Stars side has 14 players on the field. We'll see if the referee halts play to do the numbers himself. He's not. Play goes on. This will surely cause some controversy, especially if they can score off this set, the Indigenous All Stars side, and getting up and playing the ball about 20 metres away. And the number 3 picking it up off the ruck, Scott Gould, and the penalty is blown. Will we see the Pacific Island captain run out to the referee to complain? No. We see the Indigenous side trying to catch the Pacific Islanders napping offside. That's Bradley Peters with the ball. He's playing it about 5 metres away. We see it go through the hands out to the right-hand side. Again, the big man, as we've seen so often this carnival, out in the halves or three-quarter line, and the Indigenous side running it from right to left. Oh, and losing it as well. No hint of anything illegal there. Putting it to ground as Patrick Giro and the Pacific Islanders side escape without harm that time around.
Yeah, geez, the ball's gone left, right and centre and everywhere in between. But, yeah, they've scrambled well, the PI side, because, yeah, look, with a little bit of broken space there for Paddy Giro. Unfortunately, he's put the ball down.
Fono getting the ball out here to the right-hand side. That's Tui Loma, the Eels player, playing the ball about 30 metres away from the line. Getting it back here again. Fono heavily involved.
Few screams of forward pass there, Dan, but yeah, the referees and the other officials, they've decided to let it go. But as the ball's gone back to Fono, he's gone for the little chip kick.
Chips it back to this right-hand side, a play which his players knew were on, but the Indigenous side aware to it as well, and they come out of that one unscathed and play it around about 10 metres away from their line. Peachy looks left, sends one marker the wrong way, but takes it himself, makes a couple of metres, and they end up going left side of the ruck this time around, but the Pacific defence alert to it again. Manu, one of the tacklers there. And again, another solid hit there from the Pacific Islanders side, something we've come to know this carnival.
It was the other Fono this time. It was Andre Fono leading with the shoulder. But we see Dylan Campbell having a bit of a scoot there and nicely wrapped up.
Around about 36 metres they've made on their set, the Indigenous side, and a chip over the top, trying to bounce it in between the defensive line and the full back, but coming up and away with the ball is the number 4 for the Pacific Islanders side, and he'll get a penalty for his side as well at about halfway through this Game 5 of the VInet Solutions All Stars Carnival.
This was that was really a key set for the Indigenous boys. The PI boys held them down and made them work really hard for that set of 6. They playing the ball on about 35, 36 metres on the 5th, and unfortunately a chip kick probably wasn't the greatest option there. So as we see now, the PI boys going to have their first tackle and they're 38 metres out from the try line.
Great metres again there from Mataiwai, loses his headgear in the process, but won't be complaining. This is the 18 who's been a big part of their team this game. That's Niama Atawalu, and he plays the ball again. We see the workhorse again. Number 10, Mataiwai, just working so hard for his Pacific side. Fono with the ball, doesn't go to his prop, instead throws it behind his halfback, and centre picking it up, taking a step off his right and trying to go through, but the defence scrambles for the Indigenous side. They're about 8 metres away from the line. Not the quickest play of the ball. Back here through the 17, Bailey setting things up. Back here through the 12, Fono trying to go himself. Fono attracting 4 or 5 defenders, flicking the ball back, but the post getting in the way of Ramanu Manu from crossing the line for this Pacific Islander side, and the Indigenous boys come away with it.
Yeah, Darren Williams got it on that loose ball there, Dan. But big scramble there from the Indigenous boys there. We've just had a bit of a scoot there from dummy half. We've got Peachy in there at dummy half there now, looking for runner. He's gone back to the open side. And is that same man again, Darren Williams, fullback, trying to take a bit of work off these forwards. We've got Peachy back in at dummy half. He's coming to this eastern side. Francis Wapu, step 1, step 2. He's got looking for Brody Black, who's hovering just on his outside. That man Black's just in a dummy half there now. He's getting the ball back over to Peachy. What's he going to do?
Steps off his right and hits the defence. Still going. Is playing an ever-increasing role for the Indigenous side as their former NRL star, and it comes out to this right-hand side. There's space for the Indigenous side to burn, and there's support coming back on the inside. There's plenty of it as well. This is Buckskin with the ball, pops it up himself, gets it back to his 16. This is Williams gets the ball on to his 7 in Juro. Can Juro do anything with it? No, he can't. A promising play for the Indigenous side breaks down.
Paddy Juro's thrown a very quick pass there. Unfortunately, he's hit Freddie Williams fair in the chest, and part of that is didn't realise it was going to hit him there, and he's actually knocked it on. He's put the ball down, but very, very enterprising play there from the Indigenous boys. Cecil Buckskin's probably not the guy that you're looking to follow up on a break on the inside, but yeah, the big front rower. He's been rested though. He's walking past the tent here now, and he is sucking in the big ones. He is hurting the big man, but he did very well to get down there.
It was a great chase from the Indigenous side, a break down the right they mightn't have expected, but plenty alert to it. And here's the Indigenous side. They've had the feed, and they go down this left-hand side trying to get there, flirting with the corner post, and not getting the try, but getting the penalty by the looks of things. A few men in our way, can't exactly see what's happening down there.
Penalty double movement, so I think he's awarded it to the PI side. But Jimmy McCafferty took that little scoot down the blind side. I think he found Francis Wapu, but I think they ruled double movement.
He signalled that, and that's exactly what's happened, and an opportunity squandered for the Indigenous side. A full set of 6, so close to the line, and you just don't do it. You just don't do it.
They needed that set, and they needed to capitalise on it, because as we know, the clock's winding down. The scores, well, obviously trailing, but the Indigenous boys, they need to get back in this game.
Pacific Island side 2-0 ahead in this one in the closing stages of this Game 5, and the Pacific Island side, they need the win to stay alive, and they're on track to get it as well, and they get a penalty here to help their cause.
Just a couple of extra hands on the ball there on Ezra Bailey. He was in danger of getting dragged over the sideline, but I think he's half let the ball go, and they've got the penalty out of it. So
a safe kick there from Jeffrey finding touch. That's all they need at this stage as they lead a strong run there from the 19 for the Pacific Islands side, but equally strong defence. Power, one of the Indigenous All Stars defenders. They flirt with the touchline but scoot back inside. That's Tui Loma with the ball for the Pacific side. He'll play it back here to Romanu Manu.
Very aggressive defence there from young Brody Black. He pulled off a real good shot there before and then picked up the centre as he stepped back inside.
Fred Williams with the ball and losing it. Was it a strip? Did he lose it? Is it 6 again? Those are the questions. Yes, it is. It is 6 again from the referee signalled. And some time that they can burn, and a penalty as well for the Pacific side with about 5 minutes to go in this one. That was exactly what they needed, but the Indigenous side shouting, the referee didn't see it. The referee didn't see it. The tap was there, the knock-on was there, but...
Wow, every quick tap that's been taken, pretty much every quick tap that's been taken there tonight, they've got away with. Ezra's gone up there to take the quick tap. He's spilt it, and wow, the referees didn't see it. So unfortunately, mustn't got a call from the touch judges either. I can only think that he hadn't actually marked the spot to take the tap, and that's why they've let him go.
A lucky break, however you want to look at it, for the Pacific Island side. They're ahead, and a try would put the nail in the coffin for this Game 5 and keep them alive in the tournament. Stepping and dancing his way, but not making any metres there. Robert Jeffrey, the Eels player for the Pacific Island All Stars. They come out here through that man again, Fono. He's been heavily involved, and so has that man, David Peachy, the NRL representative for this Indigenous All Stars side. They get a full set here, and they try and make the most of it early. They get 15 off that first tackle, but slow to get to his feet. It looks like Darren Williams on that far side of the field. Yeah. He doesn't look in a good shape, but manages to play the ball. It comes back here through Rodamar, and he'll play it 45 metres away from his own line. They come out here to this left-hand side, and again, great metres indeed, making a half break there, the number 20, McCafferty for the Indigenous All Stars side. Again, he's not moving. He doesn't look in a good way there. Did you see what happened, Robbo?
Hard to really see what happened there, Dan. He's broken through the line, and as he's sort of been tackled, they've rolled him. So I don't know whether he's might have bounced his head on the ground, possibly, but hopefully nothing too bad, nothing too serious. Yeah, we'll be playing the ball there with the Indigenous side.
Robert Gould playing the ball in place of his injured colleague Jamie McCafferty, and about 38 metres away from the line. They need points, and they need them soon, the Indigenous side.
Great little offload out the back.
Getting the ball away. This is Richie Nona, taken around about 30 metres away from the line, playing the ball. Looking left but going right to Peachy. He throws a huge dummy, sells it well, gets the ball back, and off hands in the wrong direction for the Indigenous All Stars side, with the minutes ticking down and 10-0 behind on the scoreboard. That's not what they needed. We'll see a PI scrum about 30 metres away from their own line.
Yeah, a little bit of scrambling play there from the Indigenous side. Obviously, Peach threw the big dummy, sort of lost his footing, then rolled the ball back. But yeah, unfortunately, the ensuing pass has gone forward. So, as you said, Dan, PI side there with the scrum feed. Bit of a push, bit of an old school push there. That's great to see.
Huge push from the Indigenous side. That's exactly what we needed at this point in the game, and the old school's back, Robbo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, all we need to do is hookers to start striking. It'll be a great day for rugby league.
One step at a time.
Let's not get carried away.
The Indigenous side coming down this right-hand side. A scoot there from Scott Gould makes some good metres. Peach gets into acting half and floats the ball across to Wapau looking to do it himself down the middle. Nearly made a half break before his legs were taken from underneath him, and it looks like Williams there in acting half it is, and wrapped up quickly. Good defence there. Fred Williams for the Pacific Island side in defence against his namesake on the opposite side, and back to Peachy for the last. It's a flat ball across to the 14.
Richie Nona, he's got the ball there now.
But Nona in the 24 held up, and we'll see a handover. A confusing and confused end to that set of 6 there for the Indigenous side. It looked promising, but just went to the wrong players.
It did, yeah. They were definitely set well out here on this eastern side. Francis Wapu had some guys deep outside him, but the ball's gone the other way. And Matawa is have another very strong hit up at Fadiaki for the ball out from dummy half.
Some good work here from the Pacific Island side. They're certainly not rushing things ahead on the board, and with the minutes ticking away here. Again, we see Fono this time putting the grubber kick through. The bounce isn't good for the Indigenous side, but nor for the Pacific Islanders. A slight knock-on, spotted well by the touch judge, and Fred Williams. He tried to fool the touchy, he tried to fool the ref, but not this time. We'll see the scrum pack down, but the seconds to go in this one, and I think both sides know that this one is basically all over, with the Pacific boys getting their win here.
Yeah, well, that's right. And Australia's biggest halfback again, Benji Fono, is just there at the scrum. So he's been standing wide at that second receiver, and a lot of the attacking play for the PI side's come off them. So Peachy's gone for the wide cutout ball.
Goes for the long ball, defence. A solid hit there from the number 10 for the Pacific Islanders side, Mataiwai. And Peachy in acting half. This could be the last play for the Indigenous All Stars side. Their last game of the Carnival.
I think the ball's died there with Gould, and that's full time.
That's all she wrote. 10 points to 0. The Pacific Islanders side coming up with the win and keeping themselves alive in this competition. They had the draw in a little bit earlier, and now they've notched up a win after a loss early. And well, it's possible, not probable, but possible that they could pull something remarkable off here.
Well, that's right. I'll throw a big rap out there to Hanson Fadiaki. Wearing 17, he's come on there into the field at hooker, and he's provided a lot of direction. Him and Benji Fono have combined really well, and between those two, the PI guys, they've looked good the last 2 games.
Fono really taking charge, really directing play. You can see that they've grown as he's grown in this tournament, and they notch up the win here. Let's go down to the ground.
I'm here with Pacific Island fullback Peter Garcia. Now, Peter must be happy with the win.
Yes, I am. I'm very happy with the win. We stood out for the boys, Kiwis. The boys have lifted their heads up after the half break, and just to the boys, I'm happy with them.
What was the key to that win, do you think? Was it just size and strength?
Just defence and size and defence. Yeah.
Now, how have you enjoyed the experience overall?
Oh, just having fun and take it home, hopefully.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I'm here with Brody Black from the Indigenous side after their loss to the Pacific Islander team. Brody, not the result you were looking for?
No way. I wish we pushed on a bit harder and started off in the first half and continued on with the rest of it.
You played a really good tournament. You must be proud of how the Indigenous guys have all come together.
Yeah, we bonded really well for the last few weeks. It's pretty different having new players in, but yeah, went pretty well.
And you had Joe and a few of the other boys, all our NRL legends, heroes of yours?
Yeah, especially David Peachy. I grew up watching him a lot, and yeah, from then it's good to play with him.
Well done. Thank you.
The Pacific Islands side 10-0 winners over the Indigenous All Stars. Their first win of this carnival in Game 5 of the VInet Solutions All Stars Carnival here at Woodville Gardens. A great way for them to end the carnival, but it's all down to the last game now. Stay tuned with us here on NITV. We'll bring you Game 6 of the carnival very soon.